Guess what? I'm co-hosting another readathon. This time it's the Otaku Readathon. I really hope that if you're watching this video you would want to join my team. Come on! I'm fully intending to win. Whether you're new to manga, like vaguely interested in graphic novels, but you don't know where to start in the manga world, there's just so much to choose from, or you're like me and have been reading manga, watching anime for a really long time, this is the perfect readathon for you because we're literally just going to be reading manga for 2 weeks straight. The readathon goes from October 5th to October 18th. And yes, I will tell you all the information there is to know in this video, and I'll also be telling you what I'm gonna read, my TBR for the readathon. So first, real quick, all of the other hosts, the person who came up with this in the first place and rallied us all together is the Bookish Nook. So thank you to her. You should, all the links will be in the description, but the other hosts besides me are Kaylee Wicked, Ariel Enchanted, Tammy Tries to Read, and Cecilia Reads. I love all of them, I love all of their channels, and all of us are like fans of manga who have talked about manga on our channels before to some extent. Each of us is hosting a different team with unique prompts themed around a manga-specific genre. To explain these genres, because it can get pretty confusing, I know that, shonen is basically action. It's one of the more popular genres, so if you're even vaguely familiar with anime, you'll have encountered shonen before. For example, like My Hero Academia. Shoujo is basically romance or slice of life. There are a lot of coming-of-age stories. For example, Ouran High School Host Club or Fruits Basket. Isekai is fantasy, so when the main character is transported to another world, like a fantasy world. For example, Sword Art Online, ReZero, Ascendance of a Bookworm. Mecha is science fiction, has to do more likely with robots and piloting these giant mechs or robots. So Code Geass, Darling in the Franxx. Seinen, which is my team, is drama and horror having to do with adults and adult themes. An anime example would be Vinland Saga, and maybe if you're familiar with the Junji Ito and his manga, that is seinen. Josei is similar to shoujo, but it has to do with adults, so not coming of age. It's more about womanhood and romance in that sense, with some drama, so like Nana, Princess Jellyfish. Now I'll talk specifically about my team, Team Seinen. So, the prompts that I wrote, I'll read them to you. Number 1. Read a manga with dark or muted colors on the cover. Candy and Cigarettes is about an old man who becomes an assassin in order to earn money for his grandchild's medication, and he ends up working alongside a young girl. The art style looks really interesting, and I've heard great things about this being like an underground masterpiece. Number 2. Read the manga for an anime of any genre that you already like. I've already talked about this coming-of-age drama anime multiple times on my channel, Kids on the Slope. It's centered completely around music, specifically jazz, so I'm excited to see how the story holds up in a medium where I can't hear the amazing soundtrack. Number 3. Read a manga with an adult as a protagonist. My Home Hero is about an ordinary salaryman who, after discovering his daughter has been dating an abusive crime lord, kills him and now must continue to protect his daughter from various criminals while keeping his own crimes a secret. Number 4. Read a manga that gets you in the Halloween spirit, because it is October after all. Trail of Blood follows an ordinary middle school-age kid with an overprotective mother. One day, while on a hiking trip, he witnesses his mom doing something horrifying, and slowly but steadily he learns that the person he's known all this time as a caring parent is really something much more sinister. Number 5. Complete an entire series of any length in 24 hours. Paradise Kiss is just 5 volumes long, and it's about a woman who is kidnapped by a bunch of fashionistas calling themselves Paradise Kiss, which begins her journey to stardom in the clothing model world. And finally, the Life Challenge, prompt number 6. Watch a seinen anime series or movie made before 2010. For this prompt, I picked the 2007 horror anime Mononoke, which is a super cool looking, sort of obscure show about a mysterious dude who travels Japan, slaying evil spirits. I might end up watching multiple shows for this prompt,
just because it was so hard to decide on just one. For example, I kinda wanted to rewatch the 1988 classic Akira and check out the 2008 film adaptation of Afro Samurai, where Samuel L. Jackson plays the main character in the dub. Serial Experiments Lain, a 1998 psychological thriller series, also seems really interesting, so who knows, I might gather up some extra points.
By the way, to read or to watch something does not necessarily mean to complete it unless it does say complete. As long as you read one volume of something in a prompt or watch one episode like in the life challenge prompt, then you're good, that counts. You get plus 10 points for each regular prompt, and then the last prompt called a life challenge, if you complete it you get 30 points. So if you do the bare minimum of each team's prompts, you should get about a total of 80 points. How do you record and report your points? I will tell you. We have a Twitter, at Otaku Readathon on Twitter, really easy to find, and you can basically use the hashtag Otaku Readathon for when you want to say, hey, today I got this amount of points, or if you prefer to add it up on your own, and then at the end of the readathon you say, I got total this amount of points, then you can either tag your team leader, because you need to know your team leader's Twitter, or you can just use the hashtag Otaku Readathon to say, throughout the readathon I got 80 points. If you're really having trouble deciding which team you want to join, because I know all the prompts look super fun, and also maybe you're still confused about genres, you're fine. We got you, alright? We made a quiz specifically for this readathon that will help you pick your team. The link is in the description. There's also a Google Doc which has all the information that I've been talking about in written form, so you can go back over it, about the points, about the prompts, about the teams, and the host's Twitter handles. So yeah, the quiz will ask you questions like, would you prefer this type of story or this type of story? And as you answer, it'll bring you to the end where it'll tell you, alright, this is the team for you. You like this kind of story, you like this kind of genre. So if you're really confused, that quiz, we made it specifically for you to help you out. I really hope that if you're interested that you will join us and that you'll join my team. I'm not biased at all. You clicked on my video, so I will promote my team. If you want to know more about other teams, go to the Twitter or check out the other hosts' announcement videos, because they will be talking about the readathon in their own way from their own perspective. Thanks a lot for watching this announcement video, and yes, please join the readathon. I'm so excited. I know this announcement video is a bit last minute because it starts October 5th, but I'm really glad to be doing this with all these lovely people, and yeah, I'm excited to read all that manga and hopefully win.